I pray to the divinity in you. How are you today?
Very good.
Sure? Any problem in the institute? How do you like the food? Yak. What do you know? Wonderful. Huh? Okay. Any problem? Rooms are clean? Otherwise, I would tell you to clean your own rooms. Okay. The subject matter for this morning's lecture should be interesting, provided you pay attention. One thing in your life, never forget, spell the word correctly, remember it many times a day, attention, attention, attention. Sometimes you can kill your lover for the sake of attention. Attention is such a great thing. That's a need of the hour, need of human life. You always want attention, but you don't train yourself in that. When you do something, you don't pay attention. If you really want to be successful, learn to practice one thing, and that is anything you do with full attention. Without attention, without training attention, focusing your mind towards your deed and actions, anything you do. If you are a musician, pay attention towards your notes. If you commit mistake once, well, second time it will be better, third time it will be better. Abhyasa, practice again and again and again. You can do wonders. No human being is better than other human being. There are three types of human beings. Great men. Great by birth means those who have done something in the past. If you don't believe in the theory of reincarnation and rebirth, you will see in this lifetime whatever you have done before in the past, you are reaping the fruits of the past today. You are reaping the fruits of your childhood training now. You see. So how past, whatever you have done now, that becomes past after a few minutes. You are not in touch with the now. You are only in touch with the past and future. It is actually past that controls your life. Great men are not controlled by the past. So there are three types of great men. Those who have worked with themselves in the past, they are great by birth. Those who make sincere efforts and work hard in this lifetime. I don't want to insult your teacher here, but can I do something to Rajmani? When he came to this country, he did not know third word except yes and no. I'm sorry to ridicule him publicly. Today he corrects English of students. He worked hard. Hard working with full attention makes you great, unusual, better than others. These two are definitely great. But there is another great, unfortunate greatness that is thrust upon you by the press. Press can make you great. And press can rob your greatness. If you are not great, and if your image is made by falsehood, press can rob that also. You don't want to be great of third category. Great through efforts. Human effort is called ascending force. That ascending force meets descending force, and that is called kripa, blessings, grace. Grace plays a great part in our lives. And grace is divided into 4 sections. Grace of God is of course great. Grace of teacher also counts a lot. Great of the scripture that you study. But if you do not have the grace of self, these 3 graces do not work. My master told me that I have been repeatedly teaching you, and you don't assimilate it. You have my grace, you have grace of God, you have grace of other Swamis, and you have grace of scriptures. You lack your own grace. And I did not understand what it was. So he made me blindfolded, gave me a bowl, and started pouring milk in it. And my finger was in the milk pot which he was holding, and he was pouring. He said, "Is there any mistake in it, in pouring the milk? I am doing my job with all my love and effort. I am pouring this milk in your bowl. Up to this time, I have poured at least 2 liters. Will you please open your eyes?" I was, you see, unveiled. There I see there was nothing in the bowl, because there was a hole in it. So he said, "There is a hole in your head. Anything I teach, that drains." What does it mean? There is a hole in your heads. Okay, will you please patch it up? Material I will give you, I will tell you the way. The way is just to learn to do things with full attention from morning till evening. Anything you do. This way you will be training your mind. You will not have to fight the way you are fighting today for meditation. You have never tried to discipline your mind. Your mind can be disciplined once you understand the word pratihara, which I explained yesterday. How to voluntarily disconnect for the time being your senses from the mind. Because mind has employed 10 senses. And the moment your mind becomes active, 10 senses become active. 10 senses are totally dependent on the mind. You see. Outer force has no power. Outer force influences your mind, and your mind motivates your senses. So voluntarily, if you are able to withdraw the senses, I have seen children. Some of the children are so much one-pointed from the very beginning. If you know, Dr. B has a son, Skylar. In the beginning, I thought this boy is very obstinate. But slowly I studied him. He is not obstinate. He's very one-pointed mind. If he's doing something, Skylar, he wouldn't listen. I said, "Skylar!" He said, "Baba, don't shout. I am reading." Later on, if I found out that which I cultivated for a long time, he already has it. Nobody encourages him. Nobody tells him how to go to next step. So some of the children have that. Some of the children, most of the children have that deep diaphragmatic breathing,